NBA Summer League takeaways. Flagg, hope for the hopeless Hornets and a chilled Chinese giant. The Portland Trail Blazers' surprising first-round draft pick, 7 feet 1 inch Young Hansen, has become a sensation at the Vegas Summer League. His exceptional passing skills, unusual for a player of his size, have drawn comparisons to Nikola Jokic, and he's already generating significant media attention both in the US and China. Meanwhile, Cooper Flagg, the #1 overall pick, lived up to the hype, showcasing his well-rounded game and impressive scoring ability. His performance, including a 31-point game, has solidified his status as a top prospect, potentially surpassing even Zion Williamson's early college success. Bronny James, despite early career setbacks including a cardiac arrest and intense media scrutiny, is proving his worth in the NBA. His strong playmaking and athleticism displayed at the Summer League suggest he can become a valuable role player for the Lakers. This performance counters earlier criticism about his readiness for the professional league. Finally, the San Antonio Spurs' Dylan Harper is emerging as a strong contender for Rookie of the Year. His impressive defensive skills and scoring ability, demonstrated against top prospects like Flagg, highlight the team's continued success in developing young talent, potentially securing a three-peat in the Rookie Award. Other teams like Denver, buoyed by strong free agency moves and the return of injured players, and Charlotte, energized by new ownership and coaching, also showed significant promise in Vegas.
In our next story, Trump pulls U.S. out of UNESCO in blow for UN Culture and Education Agency. The United States will withdraw from UNESCO, the UN's cultural and educational agency, in December 2026. The State Department cited UNESCO's focus on what it calls divisive social and cultural causes, and alignment with a globalist agenda as reasons for the departure. This decision is part of a broader Trump administration effort to pull the U.S. out of various international organizations. This marks the third time the U.S. has left UNESCO. Previous withdrawals occurred under Presidents Reagan and Trump, citing concerns about anti-Western bias and anti-Israel sentiment. The U.S. rejoined under President Bush and, more recently, under President Biden, primarily to counter growing Chinese influence within the organization. While the U.S. contributes approximately 8% of UNESCO's budget, the impact of this withdrawal is expected to be manageable. UNESCO officials say they are prepared for the departure and have diversified funding sources to mitigate the financial loss. They also refute the U.S.'s stated reasons for leaving, particularly regarding the organization's commitment to Holocaust education and combating anti-Semitism. Despite the repeated U.S. withdrawals, UNESCO Director General Audrey Azoulay expressed regret over the decision, highlighting its contradiction of multilateralism's fundamental principles. The U.S.'s departure underscores the ongoing tension between the Trump administration's America First approach and international cooperation.
In our next story, surprise! A brand new Pokémon puzzle game is available now on mobile and Switch. A brand new Pokémon puzzle game, Pokémon Friends, has unexpectedly launched today on the Nintendo Switch eShop and mobile app stores. The game features over 1,200 puzzles centered around connecting bulbs, tracks, and water flows to earn yarn. Players use this yarn to craft adorable plush Pokémon. The game, developed by Wonderfly, offers paid downloadable content, but avoids traditional microtransactions. Beyond the puzzle gameplay, Pokémon Friends allows players to customize their in-game rooms and pose their collected plush Pokémon creations. The game is available now for free on Switch and mobile devices.
In our next story, the 6 MLB front office executives under the most pressure this trade deadline. Major League Baseball's trade deadline is fast approaching, creating immense pressure on numerous general managers. Teams are scrambling to bolster their rosters for the pennant race and playoffs, a particularly challenging task given the limited number of teams actively selling players. This year, several front office executives are facing intense scrutiny, their jobs potentially hinging on the success of their trade deadline maneuvers. Among those under the most pressure is Orioles GM Mike Elias. Despite a strong track record in drafting talent, Elias needs to make impactful trades to solidify the Orioles' future competitiveness. A successful deadline could save his job, while a lackluster performance might lead to significant changes within the organization. He's expected to move players with expiring contracts, but hasn't ruled out trading other key players. Similarly, Pirates GM Ben Cherington faces pressure to improve his team's offense. He has a wealth of pitching talent to offer in trades, but needs to convert that into impactful hitters to secure his position in Pittsburgh. The Cubs' Jed Hoyer and his GM, Carter Hawkins, while having built a strong team, face pressure to make further additions to secure their division and ultimately contend for a World Series title. Their success or failure at the deadline could influence contract extensions. Finally, several other GMs, including the Angels' Perry Minasian, the Mariners' Jerry Dipoto and the Nationals' Mike DiBartolo, are also feeling the heat. Minasian needs to address the Angels' pitching woes. Dipoto must capitalize on the Mariners' strong position to win their first World Series, and DiBartolo must navigate his interim role successfully to secure his future with the Nationals. The coming days will prove crucial for these executives and their respective teams.
In our next story, Coca-Cola is releasing a Trump-approved new version of its soda. Coca-Cola is launching a new Coke made with U.S. cane sugar this fall. This announcement follows President Trump's claim that he convinced the company to make the switch, although Coca-Cola clarifies that their flagship recipe will still use high-fructose corn syrup. The new product will be a separate offering, expanding their range of choices for consumers. The CEO, James Quincy, emphasized that this new cane sugar Coke will complement their existing portfolio and cater to consumer preferences. He pointed out that Coca-Cola already uses cane sugar in other U.S. beverages. While the company is adding a cane sugar option, their main product continues to use high-fructose corn syrup, a sweetener that has faced criticism from health advocates. Health experts highlight that excess sugar consumption, regardless of its source, is detrimental to health. The debate surrounding sugar's role in the American diet continues, with some advocating for reduced overall sugar consumption rather than simply shifting between different types of sweeteners. PepsiCo, a competitor, isn't making significant changes to its core products, but has introduced some new drinks using cane sugar. The high cost of sugar in the U.S. is a factor influencing both companies.